welcome back to episode number 725 of Hard Factor. Thank you for cheating on the news with us once again after our little break. It is Monday, July 12th, 2021. I'm Will. We got Mark, Wes, Pat, full house today. How was everybody's week off?
So good.
Good?
It was good, yeah.
Oh, good.
Recharge the batteries. Florida all week, baby. Friday to Friday in Florida. I came back with all my digits, all my fingers and toes. It was a miracle.
You didn't make the Florida Man headlines.
I did not.
Lucky for you. Lucky for you. Did you stay out of Polk County?
Yeah, I wanted to go to Polk County, and my wife said, absolutely not.
Leave with the DUI. Like
you're trying to explain why it's not work. No, honey, you got to understand. Me and Grady, we got a thing.
Yeah, my coastal.
Mine was fine. I'm looking forward to next year's vacation. Next year, as you might understand, William, with an infant.
Oh yeah, Pat.
You got plans.
Oh man,
they don't pan out.
Oh yeah, our infant as well took a big step back in the old sleeping game. Lucky I'm wearing these sunglasses because I have big bags under my eyes. Oh yeah, waking up every hour on the hour, all night, every night. Whoa. So yeah. I hear you.
Lots of trains, places that I didn't intend to take them for me. Multiple, three trains that I shouldn't have. One plane on getting them.
Well, you don't want to take your baby on the plane. So what's the difference? Is the train okay?
No, the train's great. What I mean is, we went to the beach, beautiful house in Asbury Park, hanging with PFT and crew. And we're like, yeah, it's a huge house. Let's bring the baby, right? We drove there. I took the train back, if you know what I mean. It's hard to keep a baby at the beach. Then Kate drove to see her parents. Then I took the train there to rescue them. It's just a lot of lots of trains I didn't intend on being on. But I got
train travel is so delightful.
I got Amtrak.
It can be.
Yeah,
that's good.
Oh, you're like an Amtrak member.
You're gonna stack them up. Where you're gonna take? Oh, you know what? You gotta take the train out here. It's beautiful.
I'd love to do that, but I'd love to do that.
What is that? What is that? A 7-day train ride?
Yeah,
it's only $6,000 with the fucking monopoly Amtrak has.
Turn around halfway through because your vacation's over.
I thought they put antitrust laws in place because of robber barons and the train system. And now where are we? Amtrak. No, that's your only shot.
They're the Communist Party of trains.
Next year's vacation.
Most things with an AM are bad, like Amway, Amtrak.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I almost got my ass kicked.
Ampersand
station.
You almost got beat up at an Amtrak. There's a lot of vagrants at Amtrak stations.
Yeah,
I will say.
Yeah, it was like I was like on my way to Cape Cod, and there was this kid in there that didn't like the looks of me for some reason, and he just started in with me, and I was like, what the fuck is your problem?
Boston's not a place for you, Wes.
No, it's not.
Well, the train station in Reno also a rough scene. Just like lots of dudes that just hang out downtown who will just fucking hassle you if you're hanging out around the train.
Everyone listens. Every single person listening is like, yeah, the train station here is bad too.
Yeah.
But if you think that's bad, check out the bus station, bro. Port Authority in New York City. That is a dark, dark place.
Oh yeah.
In the morning,
one level down from trains.
Oh, it's bad.
Don't want miles.
Don't want Greyhound miles.
I don't even want to think about that.
What could be lower? Like a scooter station?
Nothing's lower than the Port Authority, man.
Yeah. Well, glad you guys had good breaks. Listen to patreon.com/hard factor, our vacation week episode, to find out what Wes and I's break was like. It was good.
Hell yeah.
Spoiler alert, was good. Also coming up this Friday, July 16th, very big day for Hard Factor. Download the Green Room app by Spotify. Get the app. Follow the hosts, our same social handles as always on that app. Our first show on there will be this Friday, July 16th. And that's like a live interaction type thing. So Green Room is like, I don't know exactly. It'll be our first show on there, but it's like one of those audience interact with the host. It's going to be fun.
You're all going to be in like a chat room and you're going to be listening. And then we're going to Green Room. Then we're going to pull you in to talk to us, and you're going to ask us whatever you want, and then we're going to kick you out and bring someone else in, and so on and so forth.
Yeah, I'm going to try to make it like an actual green room where I'm at. So I'm going to scrawl a bunch of nasty shit on the wall, and I'm going to rip the couch cushions on my couch.
Have shitty snacks.
Oh, terrible snacks! Bad pizza and warm.
You should get one of those like temptresses in there, like in the Moya room, that tries to fuck you. Remember
I've never been in one of those green rooms, Wes. I've been in a lot of them.
Remember? No. Remember in the Maury green room? But they'd have are they cheating? And then in the green room, they'd have someone trying to fuck the guy, and he'd go for it. Yeah.
That guy doesn't get how stupid do you have to be to not understand that?
Very stupid.
That's not the time to cheat when you're on a show about cheating.
No, but so many of them fell for it because the girls
it's about
are so
15
hot.
minutes till I go. I think I can fit in a bang.
Tell you what. Amazing. Speaking of green rooms, best green room I was ever in and worst green room ever was Craig Ferguson's show.
Oh.
Great green room, obviously, because it's TV, right? Worst green room because they have a full bar in that motherfucker. And you bring a bunch of musicians in that are about to do their first live TV appearance. And a lot of them have alcohol problems.
So does Craig Ferguson, who's sober. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Wow.
Terrible, man. Stressful day for me.
Yes, that's out. Well, we're over it now. We could talk about it on Green Room this Friday, July 16th. Download the app, Green Room by Spotify. Also, this Friday, July 16th, it's the next Patreon trivia night. So again, patreon.com/hard factor. Send in the car tier if you want to be eligible for trivia night. Super fun. Second trivia night we're going to be doing. I'm
gonna put myself out here just to let you guys know. I might miss this one. I will do a half pack with Wes, but I'm gonna be a Van Gogh thing that my girlfriend signed me up for got canceled and rescheduled for this Friday.
Oh wow! You can't miss the Van Gogh.
I saw a bunch of people in my feed from Austin had went. They went. I don't think it was canceled.
No, it was canceled.
Oh, that's weird. I'll have to check my feed, see if those photos are gone.
You got to look at that
feed.
You're going to another art exhibit. What the fuck is going on?
Hey,
he's sober, Mark.
I'm sober.
Yeah, I know, but
like art.
Unless it's expanding his horizons.
It's an immersive Van Gogh experience. Pat's on the pictures. It looks cool.
Yeah, no, I know all about it because people went to it and they posted about it, and somehow you're telling me it got canceled.
There was one in San Antonio that didn't get canceled, so that might be the one you're talking about.
There's no way anyone traveled from Austin to San Antonio.
Yeah, I don't have a lot of friends in San Antonio, West.
No,
I'll get to the bottom of it. If she's lying, then I'll be on there.
Okay.
Oh, that's great. If she's lying, I'm breaking up with her and I'll be on trivia.
No, I'd rather be on trivia.
Yeah. Oh shit.
Trivia is awesome. Hard Factor, patreon.com/hard factor. Send in the car tier. Trivia nights are fucking sweet. So Wes, make the next one if you can't make this one. But okay. Enjoy Van Gogh also. I mean, I want you to do
it's gonna be great.
So, yeah.
It'll be a lot of fun.
Looks cool.
I hope there's a trivia question about Van Gogh because it'll bring the house down.
Oh shit. Are you guys ready?
Yeah.
All right, it's time for a cup of coffee in the big time.
Yeah, cup of coffee in the big time.
You know what it is. We're talking holidays, we're talking history, and we're talking trending news. First up, holidays. It is July 12th today. Here are today's holidays. It's Different Colored Eyes Day, Etch-a-Sketch Day, International Town Criers Day, very specific, National Eat Your Jell-O Day. Glad they let Bill Cosby out for that one. National Pecan Pie Day, New Conversations Day, Night of Nights, Orange Men's Day, which who knows what that is, Paper Bag Day, Ratha Vatra, and Simplicity Day. So,
cool. Do the different colored eyes people really need their own holiday? Like, I feel like every day is a fucking holiday for different. They're always like getting complimented on their different colored eyes. It's like their whole fucking identity is that they have different colored eyes. Every fucking day of their life is a holiday for those fuckers. They're so lucky.
You think that's a lucky thing?
I think it's cool. I think it is cool. Yes.
Mostly cats, honestly.
Don't you remember?
I know a lot of dudes that have.
Don't you remember Wes's thing with the lady with the black eyes? Wes has a huge infatuation with like weird eyes. The weirder the eyes, the better for Wes.
I'm just saying they're always getting. They're like, oh, you've seen his eyes? They're so crazy.
I see it as like a fucking, honestly, a defect. Honestly,
right?
Yeah.
Well,
it is a defect, but
a little bit, yeah, right.
I mean, unless there's a listener that has different colored eyes. Shout out you guys, Hard O Hard members. But other than that,
he's gonna die earlier than he's supposed to.
Don't want to breed with him.
Like it's really normal. I bet so many people with different colors.
He's got a dented gene.
Orange Men's Day is a Newfoundland holiday, like when they got independence in 1690. Yeah,
wonderful.
Yes,
they were newly found on this day.
They defeated King James of England, which I think we'll get to some more England stuff.
We're going to talk about England having a bad time a lot in this cup of coffee in the big time. Also, it's Shark Week, so don't forget that if you want to watch all those shark shows. Today, July 12th in history, big day for the entertainment world with the Rolling Stones playing their first show on July 12th, 1962 in London. The amazing American game show Family Feud aired its first episode on July 12th, 1976. And in 1979, the White Sox had to forfeit Game 2 of a doubleheader to the Detroit Tigers after Disco Demolition Night, a fan promotion where the White Sox were blowing up disco records on the field, ended up making playing conditions unsafe because we're having too much fun destroying disco records. And
do you remember that there's a famous clip that has been used in like a ton of music documentaries, and it's at a baseball game where people put down like a homemade banner from like the second tier and it says disco sucks?
That must have been it.
I'm pretty sure it's from that night.
Must have been it. They had to, like the stadium erupted because White Sox fans were just shitting on disco too hard to have a second game.
What a slow day. I mean, Family Feud's cool and all, but it's not even like
really is July 12th.
What
Family Feud's great.
Yeah, but it's not as good as
it's awesome. Family Feud's awesome.
An amazing show.
Jeopardy, Wheel of Fortune, the morning show. What's the morning one?
Price is Right. Family Feud
Right?
is Family Feud is top 3. I would
say. Up there with Price is Right.
It's the first game show that's been announced because it was a shitty day.
It was a slow day. It was a slow day. It was a slow day.
It's just how big it is.
That's true, Wes. It's both. Can it be both? But luckily for July 12th, 2021, we've been off a week, so there's a shitload of news. It's a 10-piece cup of coffee in the big time. Number 10, I'm going to try to go really fast. Nancy Pelosi's husband, Paul Pelosi, he sold 4,000 shares of Alphabet, which is Google. You guys know Google.
Right. Google's parent company.
Yeah. He made $5.3 million in profits from the big tech stocks that he sold off, which is pretty normal for any trust fund type like Paul Pelosi. But the weird part is he sold it all 1 week before his wife, Speaker of the House Nancy Pelosi, advanced an antitrust bill that was supposed to weaken big tech companies. Although experts tend to think that it won't actually change anything. Speaker Pelosi's office says the sale of the stocks and the bill timing have nothing to do with each other, but that smells like bullshit. It doesn't really matter though. Again, the ineffective bill didn't end up tanking anybody's stock price, but it's just like sad. It seems like pretty obvious potential insider trading
information
by Congress, which is
Yeah.
just a constant thing, right? It
happens.
Happened before the COVID crash.
Way too often.
This won't be the last time, but Paul Pelosi
happens way too often.
Who was that lady that was just going to get the floor mopped with her in the Georgia Senate?
Loeffler. She was also in on she's the one I'm talking about before COVID. Yeah.
Man, fuck.
It's
they
impossible.
make so much money off this.
It'd be so impossible to sit on. Like if you just had that info and you're just sitting on your hands and just.
So you're not supposed to share the info. That's the point.
They're not. Right. The theory there was like the price of Alphabet was getting lower because people were concerned about this bill that was
bill, right? And so
he potentially knew that the bill was a nothing burger. So when it came out and it wasn't that severe against
no,
the price went up.
I think
that's what happened. No, that's what happened. What happened was the bill came out and the bill wasn't that severe. So then everyone's like, oh, this isn't that bad. Tech stocks went back up. But he knew before the bill came out when the price was going down to get in because he might have known the bill was bullshit.
And he sold it.
No.
He said he sold 4,000 shares.
No,
we're going to get back to you on this. This guy's an asshole.
4,000 shares at 1,200 and it went up to 2,500. He did a future option. He didn't even have to put any money down.
That was of this year. So this wasn't even okay.
He put in like future.
I was thinking that he had.
No. He put in call options at $1,200 for Alphabet, and then the bill came out and it was nothing, and then all of a sudden everyone's like, "Sweet, Alphabet's safe." And
that makes it way worse.
So that's why it's worse, is because if he knew the bill was bullshit, then it's very bad. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That makes it way worse. My bad. I was reading. I thought he had these stocks from last year.
I'm pretty sure I'm right. No,
I think you are right now that I'm thinking back on what I read.
Fuck him, man.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. That is way worse. Okay.
Yeah.
Number 9. Sha'Carri Richardson.
Sha'Carri, yeah. LSU.
Yeah, I think it's Sha'Carri. I'd looked up the pronunciation. One of the fastest women to ever live. 21-year-old former LSU sprinter has been left off the U.S. Olympic team after her positive THC test. She was ineligible to run the 100 meters, but could have potentially ran the relay since it was over a month after her initial positive test. Sha'Carri blamed her mother's recent death as one of the reasons she likes to blaze to deal with the stress, as she inexplicably has to defend herself for smoking weed in California. Fuck the International Olympic Committee. Also, fuck the U.S. coaches who said that including Sha'Carri would have been, quote unquote, detrimental to the integrity of the U.S. Olympic team. So I'm not watching these fake ass year late Olympics. Go Tigers. This girl ran a 10.65 100-meter dash in the trials. Fake ass Olympics if she's not running.
Especially to do it to Sha'Carri during Shark Week is ridiculous,
because she's almost named Shark
Almost,
Curry.
it's very close.
Yeah,
very close.
It's absolute bullshit.
Yeah, I mean,
fake Olympics.
She would have won.
Olympics.
You know, whoever wins gold is like not
It's a
even
fake
going to
Olympics.
get nearly as fast as she would have.
It's a fake Olympics. Also, the USA basketball team lost to Nigeria on Saturday. The citizens of Japan don't even want this fucking Olympics to happen. Fake Olympics, gonna be trash.
No spectators either. But guys, August 3rd and 4th, we're still watching the women's weightlifting competition.
Well,
Lee Win-Win is my.
it.
I'm making a shirt for Lee Win-Win.
For Laurel Hubbard, we will watch that coverage.
No, that's bullshit, man. Fuck that. It's like I forget what state it was, but I keep seeing this sheriff from a state where weed isn't legal sharing big busts, and it's weed, right? But it's weed that's packaged professionally. And I was like, man, like I feel like you're a little bit behind the times if you're sharing photos of drugs that you seize that have child safety protections on them. You know what I mean? Like it's over, dude. Let it go.
Oh,
I mean,
where it's like the morning,
right? It's just like weed comes with child safety protections. So
let her run. Let her run. You know.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's complete bullshit. But the America is just like, oh, it's cool. Okay, number 8. It's not cool. Number 8.
It's not.
How do you feel about it, Will?
Fuck that. I fucking hate. Like if you could buy a Sprinter's jersey, I'd like to buy a Sha'Carri Robinson jersey, and it be the only shirt I ever wear until she wins a world title. Number 8, the Lightning repeated as NHL champs while we were away. A great team, very deserving MVP for the goalie Vasilevsky. In related Tampa news, Hurricane Elsa was weak as fuck. Mark, you were on the ground. What happened?
I was there for both of those things.
Yeah.
Both were awesome because Elsa was a little bitch. I didn't even wake up in the middle of the night. Elsa hit Tuesday night into Wednesday morning, like 3 a.m. I didn't even wake up. Might have been the drinks, but I didn't even wake up to the wind. There's nothing. Little sprinkle.
Little tropical storm Elsa.
Go Lightning. Go Bolts.
Yeah, the Bolts. That's nice back-to-back by them. Number 7, Haiti's president was straight up assassinated while we were gone. Mark's going to tell us more about that later. Also in the Caribbean, thousands of angry Cubans took to the street to protest their shitty communist healthcare system and shitty government in general, overall poor quality of life. The chants that they were chanting was down with the dictatorship and we want liberty. The protest hit as Cuba is failing to deal with COVID-19 or proper food distribution with their socialized systems. They're saying this is the worst civil unrest in Cuba since the fall of the Soviet Union. You know, it's still a communist regime. Obviously, the citizens are pretty mad. They can't get any of those vaccines we got a shitload of 90 miles north. But that's just life in a communist regime, I guess. So
stupid.
Cuba. Number 6, the NBA Finals. The Suns are up 2-0 in Game 3 is happening while we tape this show, but the Suns are obviously going to win the series out -475 odds before the tip of Game 3.
They were dead even odds going into the series, which made no sense to me.
What?
It was a coin flip.
Oh, I should have taken the Suns.
It was literally like I think the Suns were like plus 100, which is like it's just you get double your money. But yeah,
how much is Charles Barkley talking about his time on the Suns? This is like a perfect opportunity for him, right? Like, is it just every other thing he says he's talking about his time on the Suns?
I hope so.
Their biggest star for a long
time. Have you seen him on the Suns? He looked good, even though he's like pudgy. He looked good. He was
amazing.
Yeah.
You're saying he was hot 35 years ago?
That was when he. Well, yeah.
He's never been
good.
hot.
I mean,
he's been a really good basketball player.
Everyone called him the Brown Mountain Rebound, but he was ripped on the Suns.
Was ripped, yeah.
Yeah.
He could box you out.
Yeah.
He was in great shape. Number 5, more weather news. A big earthquake in my neck of the woods over the break. A huge one, 6.0 magnitude on July 8th that could be felt throughout Central California and Western Nevada. The center of the quake was between Yosemite and Carson City. That's the capital city.
Whoa. Did you feel it?
Oh, yeah. My house shook for like 30 seconds straight, 20 to 30 seconds. But I think like I learned I'm probably crazy because I loved it. Everybody else was like, holy shit, earthquake. And I'm just like, I was like, that was awesome. Like all the liquor bottles are like clanking together.
We're going to find out one day. We should do it as a bit, like get a therapist and then try to figure out where the wires got crossed, where during extreme dangerous situations, I was having the best time.
I thought it was great, but I guess
you should just
an 8.0 might be a little different.
You should do that squirrel diving stuff where they dive off the face of a cliff and they're just
if you could know when it was coming, you could plan to do stuff for it. Yeah. But instead, I was just like having a ball.
Did anyone watch the Tomorrow War?
Not yet.
No, but it's coming up.
It's a thrill ride. Okay, well, we'll talk about it when you get there.
No, we're right here, Pat.
Oh,
Number 4,
perfect.
big
That's
movies.
I didn't know. Well, I didn't look at the list.
Amazing.
I had no idea. That's really weird. Okay,
we're great minds. Black Widow also came out, but like Pat said, Tomorrow War came out, smashed all the day one streaming records. Also, Loki still dominating streaming TV shows. So, what do you think about Tomorrow War, Pat?
Tomorrow War, bro, you want to hate it because it's so clean. It's like remember that movie? Remember that movie, Bright, that Netflix had like an algorithm, right?
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Essentially,
with Will Smith.
It's like that, but it's actually good. It's like they try to cram everything in that is like fun about an action movie, and it's too long. But I will say this: it does have to do with a natural disaster in some aspect, and it made me think like, when's the fucking next? Like there used to be natural disasters that would like block out the sun. Like we haven't had one of those, thank God, in forever. Yeah, that earthquake situation,
earthquake,
right? Like they were talking about like
tsunami or something,
Yellowstone blowing up. Like
you just wait. We got the waters on fire out in the Gulf, and then it's 120 degrees in the Pacific Northwest.
So the water on fire thing out in the Gulf was hilarious. That was Mexico's gas company that created that fire.
Right.
Someone flicked a cigarette into it. No, I'm just kidding.
I'll put it. Tomorrow War was like if DVDs or Blu-rays were still a thing, it would be a movie that no one would ever buy on DVD or Blu-ray. It will be no one's favorite movie ever, but it's a thrill ride and it's very enjoyable.
Yeah, and it like broke every single stream.
Odd endorsement. I kind of want to see it, but don't know.
No, you're gonna love it. It's worth a watch, and then you'll forget about it and never watch it again.
Right. What if you got super high? Is it one of those?
I watched it. Sobes. I thought it was great.
Graphics is good.
I'm probably gonna get super high.
You can do either way.
Black Widow was good. Saw that last night.
Yeah, pretty good. Also saw it. All those are good. Tomorrow War, Black Widow, Loki.
You guys paid. You guys paid that. Was it $29.99 for Black Widow?
No, I went and saw it in the theater.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and Tomorrow War comes with Prime.
Yes, I know that one's free.
Free. I did shell out the cash because I was at home dealing with the baby. You can't go to the theater with the baby.
You can, but you're an asshole.
Can't go to the beach. Can't go
on a train.
It's tough. It's tough.
Can't go to the bathroom.
Number 3, Greg Hardy, everybody's least favorite dude in the fucking world, got knocked out by a guy who chugged a beer out of a shoe afterwards. UFC 264. Here he is. There's Greg Hardy getting his nasty ass knocked out, and then the guy who knocked him out, Tai Tuivasa, chugging beer out of a shoe right after he did it. After that, Conor McGregor brutally broke his ankle when he was fighting Dustin Poirier. Pretty entertaining card that I definitely didn't order because ESPN Plus is the worst streaming platform on planet Earth. So anybody watch it?
I didn't have $100 after a week in Florida, so no, I didn't. I didn't spend $100 to watch it.
But I was on the floor of a 2-bedroom apartment somewhere in the middle of Pennsylvania with my family who went to sleep at 9:00 in the evening.
Right. So it's hard to stream it. You weren't going to just stream it from.
There were no Wi-Fi.
Why are we on the floor?
Dude, what happens when you get locked in a bedroom at 8:00 and it's fucking now 11 or 12 and you're not tired? You're just walking around. You're laying.
Why are you locked in a bedroom?
Yeah, why are you locked in a bedroom? Why are you on the floor?
It's a long story.
Maybe like,
sounds like a good one.
Yes, it does.
I wasn't locked in a bedroom.
They locked you in there?
No, it would have been awkward to walk out. What doesn't matter.
Okay.
I do want to learn more about this Tai Tuivasa though. He's a dad, bought it Australian. And he also chugged 4 additional beers out of shoes on the walk out of the stadium. One was also doused with hot sauce by Dustin Poirier's crew.
Is that like a cultural thing or what? He did one and we're like, yeah, bro, I got a shoe too.
He's an Aussie. I don't know. Maybe it's like, I guess rugby.
Rugby's big into shoeys.
Yeah. So he's just like, maybe he's a rugby guy. He's just shoeing it up the whole fucking time.
Was it the same shoe or was it like people were giving him
different shoes off the feet? Handing him new shit. Oh, and then the last one, like I said, Dustin Poirier, his crew poured hot sauce in it. They're from Louisiana. I guess that was funny. He said that was fucked up. But yeah,
it's a man's shoe.
It seemed like a good UFC, honestly. I'm happy that Greg Hardy got knocked out. Also in individual sports,
for sure.
Yeah, I mean, everybody hates Greg Hardy.
That's the end of McGregor's career, right? In UFC.
Well, he hasn't won a fight since 2016. He's not
because here's the problem. Everyone pays for a McGregor fight. That's going to set the record for most buys all year, even though there's 28 better main events. And he's going to come back and he can either fight Poirier again, or he's going to fight Nate Diaz.
He's going to win.
He's got a trilogy with Nate Diaz, who's only won 1 in the past 5 years, but those guys will sell out 10 billion pay-per-views because Nate Diaz and him talk a bunch of shit. They punch each other in the face.
He's going to be like the new Tito.
Yeah, but then Tito had to go to like a different league. Dana White kicked him out because
Tito became like a bait dog.
But the thing is, like,
Conor and Nate Diaz 3 will sell 5 million pay-per-view buys.
I will break my ankle from nothing. I don't want to watch an elite athlete break his ankle from nothing. Yeah, you know what I mean?
Weak. The picture is so weak too. Also, an individual.
It was probably from the check kick.
It was definitely from the check kick.
Yeah, Poirier's a good fighter. I mean,
I didn't see it.
Didn't see it either, but I'm assuming that Dustin Poirier did his part to. Also, in individual sports, Novak Djokovic finally did indeed win at Wimbledon. I know we've been dancing around that for a while, but it finally happened while we were away. Now, number 2, Richard Branson. He went to lower space on his own airline on Sunday, a Virgin Galactic plane/rocket combination. Richard flew up to lower outer space with 3 other people. They made it 46,000 feet in that plane I'm showing you guys before blasting the rocket part out up to 282,000 feet in the air above the earth after they took off from the spaceport in Las Cruces, New Mexico. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, pretty cool for Richard Branson.
That was a Bezos beat, right? Is that's
yes?
Yeah, he's like next week.
Yeah, Elon Musk congratulated Richard Branson on Twitter on the trip, probably mostly because he's pumped that Branson beat Bezos into space in his own commercial.
Branson's been planning it way longer. He earns it. He deserves it. It's like, remember that movie Boyhood? They shot it over like 12 years.
Oh, yeah.
At like year 9, Lars Van Trier was like, "Yeah, I'm doing a 8-year movie to beat out Richard
Linklater."
Right?
Yes, Pat. This is going to be like Bezos is an idiot for telling people when he's going.
July 20th.
Branson
July 20th.
Branson didn't tell a soul and knew he was going to beat him by a week the whole time. Like,
oh man,
Bezos is going to have to go to upper space now, which is a lot more dangerous. He doesn't have Tom Cruise
his rocket
body.
Doesn't go there. His rocket goes to the same place.
How is Tom Cruise going
lower
to
outer
space then?
Well, because he's going into space. No, dude, Tom Cruise is going into SpaceX. That's a real spaceship. Bezos and Branson are doing this like commercial flight shit.
Tom Cruise is going to be floating into space,
preserved forever.
They're sending him in a real spaceship. Not giving him this bullshit spaceships.
That reminds me, like, rich guys are always, you know, they just want to one up each other. When I went on that hunting trip with Arlie Ermy, Gunny, we got there and there was another rich guy. He owned like a power company. So he was like him and Arlie Ermy competing for like who was going to shoot the biggest buck. And before Arlie Ermy got out there, this guy killed the biggest deer on the property. Yeah. At like 9 p.m.
Spotlighted it.
Yeah, it's just so Arlie Ermy couldn't get it before when he got there.
That's so awesome.
Yeah, it was hilarious.
Those are great. Yeah, Tom Cruise is going to get on the main engineer's nerves so much. Like when something goes wrong with the spacecraft, and Tom Cruise he's going to volunteer to fix it. Like,
yeah, you don't want to be on that flight.
No,
he's going to freak everybody out. It's like what's that movie? Horizon. The haunted spaceship.
Event Horizon.
Yeah. Tom Cruise's ship is going to turn into that. Number 1 in the cup of coffee in the big time today, Italia soccer news. The beautiful game, biggest sport in the world. Argentina beat Brazil to win the Copa America on Saturday, but the biggest news, come on, it's Italy beating England in England on penalty kicks to win the Euro 2020 tournament on Sunday. Very happy for Italy, especially the 34 and 36-year-old central defenders, Giorgio Chiellini and Leonardo Bonucci. Bonucci scored the equalizer in the game. They both played an incredible tournament. Here's a tweet that says, Bonucci and Chiellini both competed the entire Euro 2020 tournament without being successfully dribbled past by an opposition player or making an error leading to a shot.
Leading to a shot?
That's the 2 central defenders on Italy. Again, 34 and 36 years old. Chiellini's almost 37. They were chasing down attackers that were like 19, 20. Just absolute beasts in Italy.
That's Italian soccer. What you got under that jacket?
That's right, Mark. It's an Italian soccer jersey that's 8 sizes too small.
Mark and Will took a trip to Italy one time together.
Yep. And we still have the jerseys, right, even though we can't fit in them.
But luckily for us, they use really stretchy material, especially back then. This is like super stretchy.
It's a stretchy.
Yeah, it fits so good. It fits so nice.
It's coming Rome. It's coming Rome is what they say nowadays.
Right? That's right. Because all week fucking England's like, it's coming home, as in the cup to the birthplace of soccer. Which
there go ahead. There are a few finer
what?
things in life than having the English national team fail because of how loud the English national team fans are.
How cocky can you be beforehand? You're celebrating with the thing before.
It's coming home was all I saw for a week.
Before they, I had no idea what the fuck it was for a week. I had no idea.
It was a mistake, is what it was.
Idiots.
Yeah.
They're idiots. So happy Italy shoved it straight up their hoop. YouTube.com/HardFactorNews and @HardFactorNews on Instagram and TikTok to see Mark and I stuffed into these jerseys like a couple of Italian sausages.
That's right.
And that's
they look like those new shirts that they're like touting as push-up bras for men that like keep it in. You know,
it's like a bro. We're wearing Italian bros.
Yeah, I'm gonna get one.
It's supposed to be like a V-neck, but
it looks good.
I mean, it's form-fitting. It's form-fitting. And that's today's cup of coffee in the big time, which was brought to you today by longtime Hard Factor sponsor, Paint Your Life. You need a nice gift for somebody? There's literally nothing nicer than a customized, custom commissioned paint. It's thoughtful, it's artful, it's incredible. If you want to give a truly meaningful gift, you've got to try paintyourlife.com. Choose from a team of world-class artists and work with them until every detail is perfect. It's got a user-friendly platform that lets you order a custom-made hand-painting portrait in less than 5 minutes. It's a quick and easy process. Get a hand-painted portrait in about 3 weeks from the time you start ordering to when it gets delivered to you. Send any picture, yourself, your children, family, a special place, or a cherished pet, or combine photos into one painting. The artist is going to work with you to make it perfect. It makes the perfect birthday, anniversary, or wedding gift. Have you ever seen Wes's painting of himself shirtless that he got?
Oh my God.
It's incredible.
Masterpiece.
If you haven't, you need to see it.
I don't know why he's going to the Van Gogh exhibit. He's got a better exhibit in his home.
Yeah,
that's right.
No, it's creepy, but so good. It's like it almost will get CPS called, but then it won't because it's too good. It's because it's art.
When people have to deal with Wes inside his home, they're trembling in fear when they have to.
It's a power move.
It's a powerful paint.
I'm gonna get one of the Segway shot that I got from Chicago.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oof. Put them right next to each other, and then just like
you can start charging people to come to your house.
I will. Yeah.
That's
exactly.
You're gonna get whatever you want. At paintyourlife.com, there's no risks. If you don't love the final painting, your money is refunded, guaranteed. And right now, as a limited time offer, get 20% off your painting. That's right, 20% off and free shipping. To get this special offer, text the word FACTOR to 64,000. That's FACTOR to 64,000. Text FACTOR to 64,000. Paint your life. Celebrate the moments that matter most. Terms apply. Available at paintyourlife.com/terms. Again, that's FACTOR to 64,000.
I don't know about you guys, but after a week on vacation, I'm always feeling a little bit light in the pocketbook, which is why I'm thankful for our next sponsor. And guys, after years of fine print contracts and getting ripped off by big wireless providers, if we've learned anything, it's that there's always a catch. So when I first heard that Mint Mobile offers premium wireless service starting at just $15 a month, I thought, what's the catch? But after speaking with them and using their service, it all made sense. There isn't one. Mint Mobile sells wireless service only, so they cut out retail stores and overhead costs, which means their customers get all the savings. And look, for people looking for extra savings like myself, Mint Mobile offers premium wireless for just $15 a month. My bill went from almost $200 a month. Now it's $15 a month. Okay. I am loving the 4 figures of savings annually I'm receiving from Mint Mobile. And guess what? All plans come with unlimited talk and text, plus high-speed data delivered onto the nation's largest 5G network. So my service is the same. And my phone number is still the same. I even got to keep all my contacts when I switched to Mint Mobile. And if you're not 100% satisfied, Mint Mobile has you covered with their 7-day money-back guarantee. Not going to need that. Switch to Mint Mobile and get premium wireless service starting at just $15 a month. You guys, to get your new wireless plan for just $15 a month and get the plan shipped to your door for free, go to mintmobile.com/hardfactor. That's mintmobile.com/hardfactor. Cut your wireless bill to $15 a month at mintmobile.com/hardfactor. And as Will said earlier, I think I'm taking number 7 of the cup of coffee. We're going to take a little trip to Haiti, where while we were on vacation, the Haitian president was forced into a permanent vacation when he was assassinated in his home last week by assassins, mostly which were from Colombia, with a few hailing from South Florida, but they were also potentially Colombian descent as well, or Haitian.
Wow.
They lived in Florida. Yeah. Crazy, right?
Yeah.
Did you guys like reading this? I was on vacation just reading this. I was like, this is
I saw that it must be crazy because it was a bunch of Colombians that murdered the Haitian president.
Yeah, that's interesting, right?
I read about the thing that was freaking me out is that a U.S. citizen or a number of U.S. citizens might have been in the death squad, right?
Yeah, two Floridians.
Wow.
It was just two Floridians. So President Jovenel Moise was riddled with bullets by assassins that came into his home within a blink of the eye, and he was unable to even utter a word, according to his wife, Martine Moise.
Tough riddle to solve, you know?
Yeah, he couldn't answer it. She saw him die. Martine Moise saw her husband die, and she herself was also shot, but she survived, and according to herself, is in beautiful condition. So she's going to make it. So what the fuck happened? Well, first, let's start at the beginning, where Moise was elected president of Haiti in November 2016 after over a year of controversy related to the 2015 presidential election, where he received a slim majority of votes, but well less than 50% of the vote, which is needed, I guess, to elect someone. Otherwise, they go to a runoff. And there was also significant calls that his majority was completely fraudulent. So it was very undecided after the 2015 election. The president at the time, Michel Martelly, of the political party he founded, the PHTK, which is the Parti Haitian Tête Calais, which stands for the Bald-Headed Party. And as you guessed it, there he is. That's the former president. He was bald. That stands for that in Creole.
That's so weird.
And you guessed it. Yeah, he's bald. He was also one of the most famous Haitian musicians, the guy that was president from 2011 to 2015 or 2010. And he went by the stage name of Sweet Mickey. He was a singer and keyboardist for Creole style dance music. So here's
what?
Wow, what a life.
If someone doesn't follow this guy's party up with the Big Dick Party,
right?
I don't know what, man.
So he founded it, the former guy, and in Haiti, you can only serve one term as president. So while Sweet Mickey's time was ending, and here's an image of, let me see, I got a picture of Sweet Mickey's, one of his album covers. It's just him in a cool shirt, and he's looking up a skirt that's blowing over his head. Yeah,
that is cool.
Over her ass.
Sweet Mickey. Yeah. Wow. So he or I lost my place. So he's on his way out because you can only serve one term. But he proposed that Moise take over as the party head and the president of Haiti, and that's exactly what the entrepreneur, who was also bald and was nicknamed the Banana Man because of a failed Haiti to Germany banana export project, did after the controversy and a runoff election in November 2016. He won the runoff. So here's bald assassinated Moise. So you got to be bald and you got to be rich, apparently, to join this party.
Wait, for real? He joined because obviously the first bald guy started the bald party, but then he brought in another bald guy, true to form.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. I mean,
consistency.
You think the politics here are fucking crazy?
I know. This party's new. It was formed in 2012 by Sweet Mickey. So Moise was in, and his party, which was right center, the PHTK is a right center party, full of rich bald guys. Literally, that was their thing. Had a lot of accusations of corruption. Go figure. But he cruised a bit in his first few years.
Group of rich bald guys were corrupt with each other.
Unbelievable, right? In Haiti.
What?
The first couple of years after he got in early 2017, after the November 2016 election, he got in office like February 2017. First couple of years went okay, but then in 2019, Haiti went through some major political issues that got international press, and ever since then, Moise had been under severe pressure because he was currently ruling by decree since the term was supposed to be 2015 to 2020, and he was supposed to be out, but he said, "Hey, I didn't get in until 2017, so I'm not leaving till 2022. They have 5-year terms there." So he was just ruling by decree, and shocker, guess what? He was trying to change the Constitution to allow for more than one term so he could continue to rule. So he's pissing a lot of people off pre-assassination. So fast forward to this past Wednesday, where he's killed in his home at age 53 in front of his wife by a large group of highly trained foreign mercenaries that must have been paid a fortune. What is known, which is not much, is that up to 30 foreigners were involved in the plot, and that 3 of them were shot in the head by Haitian police already.
Man, they also were totally unopposed because they were yelling DEA when they were coming in, which I guess is a big thing down there in Haiti, right? Like they know the DEA is the U.S. government, so they marched in. No one.
They ended up tying up the guards.
Really?
No, they had. Trust me, the citizens are pissed. They ended up taking out some vigilante justice on these people. It was a well-run operation. They ended up sneaking up on the guards and tying them up and the maids and stuff, and then but they just killed them. They got in, they did it well. It was like Bad Boys 2 style. Here's Sweet Mickey on stage.
Yeah. Sweet. He looks like a sweet performer. Yeah. This guy Moise, he had a really shitty security system.
Yeah, Moise didn't have enough. Yeah. I mean, you're the president. You need to have enough security, but
he had 30 dudes just roll up on his house and just take it over.
But they military rolled. I think they
did. You know what it was more like? It was more like the Scarface, the last scene in Scarface, where he had like not as good security, and then the guy who assassinated him had a much better team that went in.
Right, but he's the president of the country. That's like so like it makes Haiti like there's first is the failed banana operation.
He's the president of Haiti, Will.
And now there's this. I mean,
Banana Man's gone.
Hits keep on coming for Haiti.
Yeah.
Banana Man split, huh?
He split, exactly. After the assassination, which included a bullet to the forehead and an eye gouging out of Moise, I guess that was part of the contract, is you have to gouge his eye out and take a picture of it. All the men involved fled, and 11 of them broke into the Taiwanese embassy, which was like right next to the president Moise's house. So they went to the embassy. I guess they thought, we made it to an embassy. Oh, we're going to be totally safe.
But they didn't get it has to be your own embassy.
Correct. The embassy called the police, who promptly arrived. And guess what? You can't kill the Haitian president and then go to the Taiwanese embassy if you're Taiwanese and get away with it.
This makes the Haitian president look even weaker. These guys are so dumb. They don't know that a foreign embassy doesn't have immunity for you. And they still broke his guard.
I think they heard the heat coming around the corner because like the citizens got involved too. So they just tried to play home. Oh, I'm home safe. No, they weren't. They got arrested and tortured. And at this point, things got really bad for the alleged assassins because the Haitian authorities and the citizens just started beating the shit out of and torturing these guys with machetes and like Molotov cocktails. Citizens were screaming for the police to just let them murder these guys in the streets and burn them alive in the streets. They're like, come on, let us just kill them. And they did in fact burn a few of the vehicles the assassins were suspected to have used in the operation, and they were riddled with bullets because the police and citizens were just shooting at them as they got away. So when they got out of the cars and arrested them, they just set a bunch of them on fire, and the police were like, hey, can you stop burning the evidence, please, citizens, because now we don't have DNA and fingerprints and stuff because you burnt it all to the ground. Yeah, so it's a mess over there.
Classic
but anyways
Haiti.
Yeah, it's classic Haiti. As of now, Haiti's saying at least 28 people were involved, 20 of which are in captivity, including the two South Florida guys. And they're all beaten to a pulp, those 20, 3 of which they shot dead, and 5 of which are still on the run and probably realize they're fucked. Their time is up soon. 2 of the I already said that.
Who were? Do we know who they were? The
35-year-old James Solages. Solages, Hages, and 55-year-old Joseph Vincent are the Floridians. And not much more is known at this point, or being revealed at least, in terms of who funded this plot and why. But interim Prime Minister Claude Joseph says he's in charge now and declared a 2-week state of siege, which means the army's in charge and citizens' right to freedom of information or freedom at all is non-existent. So it might be a while before any information is released.
Sweet.
Probably look into Claude Joseph
lockdown
first. Yeah, the first place I'd look is Claude Joseph, the new guy that's in charge and is putting everyone in a military lockdown. I'd probably check his bank account or his team's bank account to see if they sent several $1 million to a Colombian bank account. I don't know. But yeah, there's going to be more to come, obviously.
He's in charge of the investigation, though. So
he's the prime minister.
Right.
But I think he was the existing prime minister, and Moise elected a new prime minister the day before he was killed, and that new prime minister I don't think is getting the job. So I'm pretty sure Claude Joseph.
So if you're the president of Haiti, you can just demand a new prime minister.
He was demanding a new term. You're
just like, all right, there's a new prime minister.
Look, Moise was demanding a lot of things.
I think in Haiti you just push and see what gets pushed back.
What the fuck? Sounds insane.
A lot of people wanted him out, and someone got him out. More to come on the story. Obviously, Haiti's a mess right now. There's a power vacuum going on. No one knows the future of who's in charge or if they're going to have another presidential election and when. And I would like to end this segment with some advice. You should never assassinate a president of a foreign country and then get caught in that country. You need to get out of the country after you assassinate the president.
Haiti sounds like a place where Loki would really thrive. Like, that's ripe for like that amount of chaos.
The next episode, yeah.
He just goes to Haiti, and
that's season 2 is just in Haiti.
The queer Marvel superhero. I haven't seen Loki. I don't know. I just know that he's
I think his sexuality is fluid.
He's fluid.
Okay.
Fluid. Okay. All right, guys. Time for the TikTok international moment. Today, we're going to go to the Philippines for a very gross law. Hopefully, we can get that changed. South Korea for a very gross technology breakthrough, and ending up in loser central England. Too soon for a story about one of the worst ways to die I've heard in a long time. So first to the Philippines, shout out to our fabulous editor, Eric, who lives there, by the way. But guys, I don't know if you knew this, but the Philippines government is full of sick fucks. So sick that they have the youngest age. Yeah.
Duterte, right?
Duterte and a lot of them. Yeah. They have the youngest age of consent of any Asian country. And I know how you guys like my sick game, so I want to play a little sick game with you guys. Can you name the country in the world that has the youngest noted age of consent?
It's not Asian. You just said that.
No, this is the youngest Asian consent. So
there's something else.
Yeah, there's something
Smart,
younger.
Way to
is it in the Middle East?
It's I'm gonna guess it's an African. I'm gonna guess it is
He's looking at his map of Africa.
Uganda.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Mozambique and 8.
I'm going Liberia.
Mozambique and 8.
What about like a Kazakhstan? Maybe that's really young. Like a 12 in Kazakhstan.
Well, you guys are onto something there, but Pat, you got a guess?
Liberia, I guess Liberia.
Okay, Liberia. Okay, well, it's Mark. You're on the right track with Africa. It's 11, and it's Nigeria.
Close.
Yeah. So, what about the? Okay, so yeah, that's the lowest. And the Angola and the Philippines is the second lowest at 12. But there are some asterisks there. So like countries like Afghanistan, Iran, Kuwait, Libya, Maldives, Oman, Pakistan, Qatar, Sudan, Saudi Arabia, Yemen, and the UAE have no legal age of consent.
Loophole.
UAE. I knew that there was something in the Middle East.
There's a loophole because sex is forbid, but if you're married, it's all good, and they can marry as young as 9 and 10.
Yeah, God.
9 and 10. There you go.
What was the country? What was the country that you said was 12?
Angola and the Philippines are the second.
Their slogan is, "At least we're not Nigeria."
Right, exactly. Yeah. Hey, look at that.
Fucks.
A little better Nigeria.
Or the UAE. Really, everybody. I mean, 9 and 10 is the worst. The no age where
no age. As long as you're married to a 9-year-old, you can have sex with a
dinner. No one's inviting you into the dinner part if you show up with like a 9-year-old bride. They're like, you gotta go, man.
She's a great conversationalist.
He's putting on like Peppa the Pig for her while the adults are drinking.
Put this on and she'll tune out.
She'll tune out. No. Jesus Christ. So let's go back to the Philippines though, because it's let's think a little deeper. The Philippines is a haven for sexual abuse. A study done in cooperation with UNICEF back in 2015 found that 1 in every 5 children, that's 17.1%, age 13 to 17 years, experience sexual violence in the Philippines. And this is from CNN, one representative, Ariane Brosas, said that in a study done by a nonprofit organization, the Center for Women's Resources, said that in the Philippines, we have 1 in a woman or child raped every 53 minutes. So it is a haven for predators. And basically, they can abuse 12-year-old girls or boys and say that they consented, right? So, hey, they consented. Also, according to UNICEF, the Philippines is the world's largest source of live-streamed child sex abuse in the world. So
they do work with our government, which is cool. And like if one of ours goes over there and fucks around, they can get extradited and prosecuted in the States.
They need to maybe start at the source, which is their own fucking country, and not make it a haven for predators. So this consent law has been in place since the 1930s, and activists are trying to bring awareness to its disgusting, archaic philosophy to change the age to at least 16, even though lawmakers say it's not necessary because they already have laws against child abuse. But I mean, Jesus, if you're against this with the stats I read, you're a fucking monster. You're the international soft corner.
Until things change, if anyone I know is like, I'm moving to the Philippines, I'm going to be like, I wonder why.
Yeah, exactly.
It's true.
Big red flag.
I'm going to just assume.
Mm-hmm.
They're doing this like international tax like minimum, right? For corporate tax minimum. Wouldn't like an international minimum age of sex be like probably more important for the world's citizens than the
very
corporate
good
tax thing?
But that goes against a lot of religions out there, Will. So you got to be. It's touchy.
Oh yeah, you wouldn't want to.
Definitely does not go against any religion. It goes against people in power that claim that it goes against their religion.
It goes against the practices of a lot of
cult
stuff.
See the way
religions in the Middle East, like you saw.
If you read every 7th word of the text,
Yeah.
Anyway,
then,
like arranged marriages, it's fucked.
Then thousands and thousands and thousands of years ago, when everyone lived to like their 20s, let's marry at 10. Yeah, good
it's
call.
archaic. So let's make this one go viral and get some much needed international attention on this shit, and hopefully get some change going to protect these fucking kids over there. Let's move on. Moving on from that bullshit, let's talk about some human shit in South Korea, where environmental engineer Cho, hang on, I'm gonna pull a picture up if I can fucking find him. What's his name? Cho Jae Hweon. Where'd my fucking photo go? There he is. There he is. No, not Mickey. There he is. He's developed a toilet that can power a building using human shit. The B-Vi, which is a combination of like bee and vision, I guess, toilet, uses a vacuum pump to send feces into an underground tank, reducing water use. Therefore, and then microorganisms break down into methane, which becomes a source of energy for the building, powering a gas stove, hot water, whatever.
Could you imagine what this sick fuck could have accomplished if he didn't have a scat? If his fetish wasn't scat, like if it was something else?
Oh, he'd be next Elon.
He's a genius.
This is pretty big. Ever since I saw Doc in Back to the Future 2 fuel the DeLorean with like bananas.
Yeah,
that's the banana peels and shit.
Yeah.
Like I was always like, why can't we just shit and piss into our cars, or
it's coming.
Just toss trash in there and then we could drive around.
You went from bananas to shit and piss.
Biologically, like decomposed.
But there's a lot of things.
Compost, yeah.
Okay. It's for countries that don't have power, right? And they also have a problem with waste. I think Bill Gates was working on something similar to this.
Yeah, but it would have been weird. It would have been worse.
I'm sure. Yeah,
he was working on the diarrhea problem.
Bill Gates was just shitting on people's chests.
Yeah, right. He was into shit, but it was let's solve diarrhea.
Come here,
Robin.
Time to do some tests.
Yeah. So according to the New York Post article, Cho claims that the average person defecates about 500 grams a day. And that's about what that looks like. Is one of those tubes of ground beef.
Grams.
A tube of ground beef every day.
You're shitting a tube of ground beef every day.
How many spoonfuls of shit goes out there? You putting grams, man?
Yeah. It's Asia. So he said that amount of shit can be converted into 50 liters of methane gas, which can generate enough electricity to drive a car 3/4 of a mile. So
every day.
Yeah, very much. Every day you can go. Yeah, you can go a mile every day. We can probably go like 3 miles every day. But students, but this is also crazy. So he's also offering students at his university, the Ulsan National Institute of Science and Technology, that if they use one of his toilets, they can earn currency called Jigul. And if you use that, you can earn 10 Jigul a day, and then you can use that currency to buy goods on campus, like coffee, noodles, books, and they can scan. Yeah.
And their genitals are on the internet because he's got cameras in all of his toilets.
Oh my god, that's such an embarrassing currency to have on a college campus.
Yeah. I got a lot of G-Ghoul.
Yeah.
Hey,
what do you think about Sarah? I don't know, bro. She's always she seems cool, but she's got so much G-Ghoul, man.
She's got way too much G-Ghoul.
Where's she get it all?
Yeah, exactly.
Yo, I know her crib's dope, but that's all G-Ghoul cash-ins.
Yeah, exactly.
She's got IBS.
So, God knows what we could buy if we can combine forces. But yeah, they're into it. One student said, I had only thought about feces dirty, but now it's a treasure of great value to me. I even talk about feces during meal times to think about buying any book I want. So yeah,
we should rip off this guy's idea and have a Hardo Hive like contest with like our own currency for shitting.
Yeah,
we'd have a leaderboard.
Have a product that you could actually, your shit could do something good in. Like
you could get merch.
Yeah, I don't know if these. We should see if we can talk to someone from that university, see what the vibe is over there.
You think you'd send us one of the toilets? We could do ads for them.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. And finally, let's
a bucket, Will. It's a fucking bucket, man.
I want to hook it up to a car and see if I can really,
it's a bucket on a scale.
Yeah, no, it's sick, man. I don't have to pay for gas, but chicks are really not into riding in my car.
Yeah,
because it smells like human shit.
You're just eating your way across country.
This guy's a fucking day.
Yeah, 1 mile a day. All right, finally, let's close up the glorious TikTok international moment by going to just outside Liverpool in Neston, England, for one of the worst but warranted deaths I've ever heard of. And this is Karina Smith. She is a very protective mother of two who learned that her husband, 80-year-old Michael Baines, had been abusing her two children back in the day, a young girl and a boy, after her daughter told her that they had been abused for years by Baines, likely causing the suicide of her brother Craig in 2007. So just a very piece of shit. So last year, after learning of the atrocities this piece of shit committed against her kids, she did whatever every mother wants to do. She fucking killed him. Only she didn't just shoot him while he slept. No, she thought he deserved more than that. So one night, she boiled 2 kettles of water and threw in 3 bags of sugar to create a lava-like liquid and poured it all over this bastard while he slept.
She golden crowned him from Game of Thrones.
Damn, dude, he woke up to feel the pain.
Yeah, the reason she had the sugar, according to the police, quote, the sugar made the liquid more vicious, thicker, and stickier so that it stayed on the skin and caused greater damage. So it didn't just peel off him. It was like seeping into his bones.
Right. Police were like, we didn't ask.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
So she could have the criminal nickname, the Candy Lady.
The Candy Lady. Sweet Mickey.
Yeah, so he had burns all over a third of his body, causing him to suffer through surgeries and skin grafts for 5 weeks before eventually dying. Unfortunately, the mom has been sentenced to life in prison. She might get paroled after 12 years, but revenge was served cold and hot for this bastard.
Yeah, hit that again. That was a great outro.
Unfortunately, mom has been sentenced to life in prison for her actions, but revenge was served cold and hot for this bastard.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh yeah. Okay, well, let's wrap it up with.
Wait, I got one more piece of business to take care of.
Please, yeah.
Who says taking care of yourself needs to be hard? What's great about CBD is it helps you feel better without making drastic changes to your routine. Because I'm sober. I don't feel like I'm doing anything wrong or risky by taking CBD. No head high, just natural relaxation. I dare you to try some Caliper CBD in your sleepy time tea before bed. Then try to stay awake. Won't happen. It's impossible. Try it if you're having trouble getting to bed. It is just fantastic. No weird taste, no oily residue or mouthfeel. Precisely 20 milligrams in each packet of Caliper CBD. No. Never question how much CBD you're taking ever again. It's clinically proven that you absorb 450% more CBD with Caliper powder compared to tinctures. That's a lot more. It's just an elite product in the CBD game. Unlike some products out there, Caliper is completely THC free. All the goodness of CBD, like I said, no high. Get 20% off your first order when you use our promo code FACTOR at trycaliper.com/factor. You can try Caliper CBD risk-free for 30 days. If you don't love it, they'll give you a full refund. That's trycaliper.com/factor. Don't forget promo code FACTOR for 20% off your first order. And people do love this. We got the Discord talking about it.
I brought it to Florida. I brought it to Florida. Once, after day 4 of Florida, once you've crossed that many days, you need to start putting a Caliper in your water at least once a day.
Yeah.
So
absolutely.
I did.
Keeps the hospital away. All right, guys, I gotta ask you a question. Do you tip your hotel mates?
Yes.
Wes, yes.
Certainly if I have cash on me, but I'm not making a special trip.
I can forget sometimes if I stay one night and I keep the room super clean, I sometimes won't. But
I guess what I mean is it a thought that you make sure to do? So I feel like Wes, you make sure to do it.
Yes.
Will and Mark, maybe it's an afterthought if you'd like to, but
I think about it every time I'm checking out, and I'm hoping I have cash.
Depending on the stay. If I stayed for one night and my room's clean, I'm not tipping. But
agreed. More than 2 nights you have.
If I stayed for a week or 3 days, I'm tipping.
What do you tip? Well, let me start with Wes, who's actually regularly tips.
So what I used to do is I would leave a 5 on the table, and I would usually have a ton of leftover beer in the fridge, so I consider that part of the tip. But now it's anywhere between now it's anywhere
in your mind that was a tip.
Anywhere between, depending on how long the stay, anywhere between $5 and $10 usually.
Yeah. Will, Mark, you guys in the same range?
5 and beer in the fridge. 5 a day.
Yeah, 5 to 10 is I think what everybody tips pretty much.
Well, they might want to reconsider that. And you might want to make it a must when you're leaving a hotel room, because on Friday, when a hotel housekeeper found 16 long guns, body armor, and more than 1,000 rounds of ammunition while cleaning a guest's hotel room, she thought, oh, CPAC must be in town this weekend. She kept cleaning. But then she remembered that CPAC, the Conservative Political Action Conference, was in Dallas this year, and she was in Colorado, Denver. And she realized that maybe something's wrong, and she should flag it to the manager, which she did. And thank God she did, because the circumspect cleaning lady works at Maven Hotel at Dairy Block, which is in downtown Denver, the Lodo district, if you believe in that sort of thing. I feel like they invented that recently. I don't know. But according to their website, it could be described by using words like modern, uniquely crafted, independent, vibrant, micro district. It's the type of hotel that's like specifically designed for millennial hipsters and digital nomads. And in addition to being dog friendly, of course, and having light fixtures that are nice to look at, but make it hard to see. And they have multiple pictures on their websites of guests sporting the least attractive piercing known to man, the septum piercing. So they got all that, but they also, guys, have a number of rooms with a direct view of Coors Field, which, in addition to being the home of the Rockies, is also set to be the site of the 2021 MLB All-Star Game tomorrow, Tuesday the 13th, with festivities leading up to the game all through this past weekend.
So many festivities.
A lot of festivities. Vicious, viscous. There you go, Wes. The word was viscous.
You should have said it then.
I didn't. I saved it, but then you came at me, so I came right back. All the festivities were coming.
Well, it was vicious too.
Viscous?
It was vicious. It was viscous. Vicious, viscous.
How do you spell vicious?
It's very similar to viscous.
VISCIOUS.
Same. It's the exact fucking same.
IOUS.
What, have you ever heard liquid being referred to as vicious?
Oh, it vicious too?
I guess
it was a vicious mixture.
It made it more vicious.
Sugary vicious mixture.
There you go. Anyway, you guys know this type of hotel. Here's some pictures of it. Here's a picture just to give you an idea of like what it's like. Right, it's like one of these hotels that has like modern art on the wall. Here's a picture of one of the hotels that has a view of Coors Field. Most of the rooms do. Right. So the FBI have officially denied that the 3 men and 1 woman who were occupying, or 1 woman who was occupying this room and another room, and who were arrested on Friday night. The FBI is denying that they had any intentions of committing an act of terrorism at all, saying, quote, "We have no reason to believe that this incident was connected to terrorism or a direct threat to the All-Star game."
They were just bringing in 16 guns because...
Right, and they were laid out, which is crazy.
Did they dress up like hipsters?
Well, I like to think, like,
hey, we're gonna smoke weed this weekend.
These middle-aged men are definitely the type of men that probably got more mad once they realized the hotel they had to stay in to have a view of the stadium.
Come on.
Yeah, not their speed.
No.
What do you mean you don't serve Dunkin' here? Anyway, guys, the FBI went on to say, quote, "The only shot baseball fans should be worried about catching is at Monday's home run derby, perhaps by odds-on favorite Shohei Showtime Ohtani, the 27-year-old pitcher and slugger phenom who currently leads the majors with 33 homers, and with his most recent bomb going a physics-defying projected 463 feet."
Yeah, no.
End quote. So it was a weird quote, right, from the FBI, but not for the reasons you might think, guys. By the way, that guy Shohei is fucking insane. He's plus 300. Awesome. I would put the money there. Anyway, weird quote, but not for the reasons you might think, because according to sources on the scene within the Denver police, Denver authorities feared that it might have been a Las Vegas style shooting that was being planned. You guys remember back in 2017, right? Mm-hmm. If it had not been for the Meritus Maid, that the suspects may have carried it out. And the reason being, guys, is one of the suspects had posted to Facebook referencing a recent divorce he'd gone through and saying, quote, he was going to go out in a big way, right?
Oh, shit.
So, I don't know. According to the FBI, maybe he meant like he's going to go out and get back out there in a big way, like maybe get a derby or Kangol hat and really mix it up at the Denver bars and then eventually impress whomever the lucky lady was by showing him his body armor and ammunition when they got back to his hotel room.
Yeah. Well, that's the implication there, right? You bring somebody back, you have 16 guns lying on the bed.
Yeah, he's going out in a big way. No, these guys were obviously going to fucking shoot up the fucking stadium, right? It is weird that there were 4 of them, 1 woman involved, because it's like if you're going to commit a mass murder, usually you do it solo.
They weren't going to shoot up the stadium. They were going to Vegas style shoot up the parking lot.
Right. Yeah, they had a view of like the exterior area outside of the stadium and stuff. So big win for the cleaning lady, guys. Wow. But this wasn't the only hawk-eyed housekeeper that deserves praise. This was, in fact, the second potential mass shooting broken up by a proficient porter.
Really?
This week. Yeah, absolutely. Last Sunday, guys, while our very own Hard Factor West was enjoying the 4th of July festivities that Chicago has to offer, a 32-year-old neck-bearded patriot from Ankeny, Iowa, named Keegan Castile, he wanted to celebrate his love for our country in a different way. Keegan did. And Keegan booked a 12th floor room at the W Chicago Lakeshore, which, by the way, I've had the pleasure of patronizing. It's a delight. Anyway, Keegan's room overlooked the Ohio Street Beach, which I guess was crowded with spectators who were at Navy Pier, which was the Independence Day happening. Wes probably segued right by it.
I did.
And in addition to his toiletries and his swimsuit, Keegan brought along his AR-15, outfitted with a high-powered scope and a chambered round, which he then perched on a windowsill for sightseeing, of course, right next to 5 fully loaded magazines. So the housekeeper walks in and is like, uh-oh, better call the manager, which thank God she did again. So 2 in a week.
Damn.
Keegan looks like a guy that could get further than 3/4 of a mile a day on his poop.
Yeah.
He takes big shits.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bad for Keegan. He forgot his do not disturb sign, but great for us. She spotted Keegan's quote rig before shit got bad. And guys, this hits home for Chicago in a big way because the asshole that did shoot up Vegas, it turned out, had booked a hotel room overlooking Grant Park, where Lollapalooza is held, before Vegas, and didn't turn up. Thank God to commit that.
Can we stop with like all this, like the stuff? We can't go to fucking Lollapalooza or the All-Star game now.
No, you got to go because otherwise the terrorists will win. But it's
terrorism. That's the whole point of it.
It's homegrown terrorism, and it's got to stop.
It's got to stop.
I think the FBI is saying that they got nothing to worry about because they're trying to keep everyone calm. But what else could this be, guys? What else could this be?
Just gun nuts or something. I mean, I guess if they're saying that, like, I don't know. I mean, I get those both definitely seem like those people went there with a purpose, right?
Yeah, politics. Maybe they were just, dealing guns. I don't know.
Why would you bring the gun? Well, maybe that's you right. They could be selling guns. Have you ever heard
the big way thing?
Have you ever heard the prank? Like, why would you bring your guns? And it reminds me of this guy. This is a famous prank where he calls a hotel and he's like, "How big are your rooms?" He goes, "Because I'm going to bring my weights. I'm going to lay them all out." I'm gonna do some
Well, honestly, when I was reading about Keegan, I was at first thinking, like, because you can't bring a gun like that into the city of Chicago, right? By the way, this guy's from the same town in Iowa where the guy threatened to blow up the McDonald's. But at first I was like, oh, Keegan maybe is just a weirdo who likes to have his scoped rifle around him all the time. And then I read that it was set up on the windowsill, pointed out the window with a round in the chamber. So
I mean, that is super weird. It's not like
you crossed the line there when you've
he definitely crossed the line
with a high-powered scope.
Yeah, but a lot of gun owners believe that you have to have your rounds chambered at all times because you need to be ready in any situation.
Understood.
What would you do with these people? Like, you can't, like, they didn't really commit like crimes that would put them away for a while.
Well, they need to investigate them and see if they were having a conspiracy to do a mass shooting. Obviously,
right?
Figure it out.
So, I mean, I guess the FBI is saying basically with their statement that they don't have that.
Stay out of it.
But the local authorities were saying they think that this guy was trying to do. Well, it'll come out. We'll figure it out. I don't think we'll ever know about our boy Keegan, but we'll find out about Denver for sure. So thank God these cleaning ladies were there. They were fast to act. Tip your cleaning ladies and gentlemen. And that's going to do it at Hard Factor. Thank you guys so much for listening. It's great to be back. We got a huge week. As Will said, if you're a member of the Patreon, send in the card tier. We're doing trivia on Friday. Hell yeah.
You also would have hit that Italy bet too, because that was in the gambling.
Big time. That's in the bets corner in the Discord chat, which is part of the send in the card tier of Patreon. Anyway, guys, I think that's it, right?
Good to be back.
Great. And have a great fucking day.